This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone cut us bag a thing now. Makes true me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike. 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 Them want poison me, show me thing up. Plus me and them girlfriend a link up. Dog, where you did that when they think tough.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Rose gold for the Cuban link tough. How much ice just a and me ring so. From what day you may find out, certain people don't like me. Everyone cock us bag a thing now. Makes true me I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now.
And good afternoon, good day, happy Thursday. This is Talking Heads on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. This your boy Pearly in the house, filling in for Naughty. I think this can be a regular Thursday thing for a while, you know. Naughty got some baseball stuff he doing. So I'm going to be filling in on Thursdays. We're going to be having some fun or getting in trouble, whichever one you want it to be. So I hope everybody's doing good. We had a nice little cool front. I ain't calling it no cold front. A little cool front coming. Everybody started throwing on the jackets. You know what happened when the cool front coming and you're throwing your jackets, right? It gets lost. All of a sudden, it's hot. It's hot today. Real hot today. So hopefully this weather won't get too hot. It'll start to move into what we call fall weather and into the winter, and we'll have some cool weather. But it's good. It was good. It was a nice couple of days of coolness, and I enjoyed it. If you want to call me, 323-6232, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, 325-4259, 325-4259. Text me on the line powered by BTC 422-4796. That's 422-4796. Get to me. We can talk a lot today. There's open line. You can tell me how you feel about some things. But let's look at what's going on in the headlines today. In the Nassau Guardian this morning, of course, but they call it the top of the top of the paper. Gibson, if PLP follows process, I'm the choice. Gibson, if PLP follows process, I'm the choice. Party to interview aspirants today. Mitchell suggests Gibson suffered trauma, lashing out. Youth pastor sentenced to 3 years for indecent assault of 3 girls. Davis tackles climate finance and Haiti at the Canada CARICOM Summit. And eligible individuals are urged to register as by-electioners. Go and register, people in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. Register. Do with your civic rights. In the business section, Balmoral residents signed petition against proposed condo hotel. Department of Physical Planning having a public meeting on proposed development today, this evening. Petition letter highlights resident security concerns related to proposed 8-story building. Bahamians urged to participate in new energy, food security, climate program. Celebration key up to 500 sailings for 2025 through 2026. And Standard Bureau working on certification for Bahamian products. That's wonderful. So the authentic Bahamian products can now be certified. So worldwide it'll have the authenticity, and you can sell all over the world, which gives you even more clout. Man, the PLP having a major row. Well, rumor has it the FNM will be ratifying a candidate today. I'm anxious to see what that candidate would be. We know we've been hearing things, but we don't know how many people applied. We don't know what they went through. So we'll know tonight who the FNM will be running in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. And then now the PLP having all kind of Gibson. If PLP follows choice, I am the choice. The process, I am the choice. And him and Minister Mitchell having a public row. Yeah, people in West Grand Bahama, they had a big motorcade and thing the other day for Brother Gibson. What's going on? Who? And I seen a list of about 10 people who are interested in running there. Then you're hearing all kind of stories. This one don't care, that one don't care. What do you think? Should the next candidate for both parties, the PLP, the FNM, COI, whoever running, should that person be from the area? Should that person, and we talked about this before, and some people, throughout, so Lennon wasn't from the area and stuff like that, and so some people didn't 100% agree with me, but I'm putting it out there because I want to know what you think. Because some people are saying he's not from the area, he shouldn't run. Some people are saying, his wife is from the area, as long as, what do you think should happen? Tell me, tell me what you think should happen. Should the candidate be from the area, have roots from the area, or should it just be a PLP or an FNM, whoever the party nominates? Let me know. Mr. Producer, we got a call? Caller, you on the air. What's happening? Thank God for life. Thank God for this pain. How you doing? Okay. Why is that? Why just can't be somebody who has interest in the area? Because I ain't born. I born in Chippenham. I ain't born in Seabreeze, so I shouldn't run in Seabreeze. Okay, and that's why. Okay. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Okay. Well, he wasn't born. He wasn't born there. But he grew. He spent a lot of years there. So yeah, he's considered a Grand Bahamian. Okay. Okay. I can tell you a story. In this early 70s, my father was the member of parliament for Fort Charlotte, and we live in Fort Charlotte. Now, I thought it was a good thing he did it, but let me tell you, Saturday mornings I used to hate it because from 6 o'clock in the morning that doorbell ringing, and you got in there from 5 to 10 people sitting in our front room waiting to see my daddy. So, so I got little mixed emotions on that one, right? Based on my experience. Yes. She did. Yes. Yeah. And if I was to run, I would probably want to run for Fort Charlotte because I born and grew up in Fort Charlotte, born and grew up in Chippenham. I know it. Somebody stopped yesterday on last week and say, Mayor, I switched me. Somebody used the new mayor, Chippenham, your daddy there, used the mayor. Say you need to come on the park and watch the Junkanoo practice. I said, so I would want to do that, and I appreciate what you're saying. Some people may disagree, but I hear your point, and I'm one for the person should have roots in the area. And you know what? You may not born in the area, but your wife comes from there, and you spend so much time in there when you're courting her. You would have a love and appreciation. The people would know you. So even so, I don't have a major problem, but the person should be from there. And in my opinion, your opinion, okay, we on the same page. Okay, Doc, take care. Let me read these couple of texts. Do any of them care really? Do any of them care really? That's a good question. And, I've heard people say, and not me, I'm just hearing people say, oh, they only want to run because they won't get in the house. They only want to run because they think that's a sure seat. They want to be in the house. They only want to be in the house. They don't care about the area. I don't know that. They may generally care about the area. I saw the row between Gibson and Mitchell and Gibson. He built 50 as a minister. He built 1,500 homes, and all Mitchell do is fly around, drinking tea and coffee and cigars. And so, I don't know. Mr. Bedouce, I see another call coming in. Let me know that. Let me read these out quick. Great show as usual. If I had the great show as usual, it should be whoever has an interest in the area not because you in the area, people would vote for you. Sometimes people don't vote for you because you came from the area. I go people like that. Don't tell them I say that though. Great show as usual. If I run, I want to run for an area that's no one asks me to buy no fridge and stove or asks me to eat their corned beef. See now, you Joe. Call you on the air. This could be interesting. How you doing, my brother? What's up? Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. But he get beat, so yeah, he gotta go and he retire. Wasn't no 50. No, wasn't 50. It wasn't quite 50. It wasn't quite 50. I think he went in 77. Or was it 80? Or 80, was it 80? Or was it 87? Huh? Yeah. I. What can of worms did I open up today? What can of worms did I open up today? Listen, if you from the area, doesn't mean that you can get more cooperation from the citizenry of the area, the citizens of the area, the constituents of the area, or is it that you supposed to know more to do for them? If you just getting in there just to be in the house, you only gonna last you one term and you're gone. Because Bahamas ain't playing with you no more like that. They really getting on your case and trying to say, hey, if you ain't doing the job, you can put someone else in. 2002, in 1997, the FNM win. 2002, the PLP win. 07, the FNM win. 12, the PLP win. 17, the FNM win. 21. We have a trend. We have a trend. Mr. Producer, that's another caller? We have a trend. We do have a trend. Caller, you on the air. What you saying? Uh-huh. I think so too. Yeah. Listen, see, a lot of people talking about the last January. Look at the last January election. We had 190 plus thousand people registered to vote. 190. We had a 62% voter turnout. You had 120 plus thousand people did not vote for the FNM. Either did not vote for the FNM or stayed home. You had 120 plus thousand people either did not vote for the PLP or stayed home. That is a strong message being sent. Is that why they didn't vote? Or did people vote that they was mad at the last prime minister? You talked to 125,000 people? Okay. Fair enough. Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Okay. You think that? I mean, I've heard a bunch of that. I've heard people just were mad. They stayed home because they didn't want to vote for the other party. So they just wanted to stay home. I heard people just mad. They didn't want either person, so they just decided to stay home because they got nobody to vote for. Yes. Fair enough. Yeah. Well, so the next thing is people vote them out because they wanted to start partying again. They was mad they had been locked down. I'm sure people who voted, who did not come out to vote, had their reasons for no. Some was probably because of COVID. Some was probably because they didn't like any of the leaders of the parties, and some cause just because they were mad they wanted to get rid of the emergency orders. Okay. All right, brother. Okay. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. It's very, what do you say? Very, very interesting. This text says, Great Pearly, you are saved by the trend, and as history has it, the next FNM will win the next election. I just say that's a trend. All I say is 97 the FNM win, 2002 the PLP win, 07 the FNM win, 12 the PLP win, 17 the FNM win, 21 the PLP win, 26 we don't know. We don't know. But one of the callers said something very interesting. People are more aware and more astute, you know. I used to say that Bahamians were, and this is all I said. I used to say Bahamians are politically dumb. We vote on emotion. We don't look at the issues. We don't look at things that are going on. But now, I think that changed. I think Bahamians are now paying attention to what the issues there are. They're paying attention to what's there for them in terms of how is the economy growing. Are there chances for them to have a better job, to make more money, pay a lower light bill? So when they see things coming, people are paying attention. The fluffing thing we used to do and the stuff we do, people ain't falling for that no more. Now, you got some people fall for anything, because once they hear they get $100,000, they fall for anything, so that's a different type of people. But generally, I think Bahamians are now becoming more politically astute. I think Bahamians are becoming more aware of the issues and thinking more about their future. And time will tell how they vote. Time will tell. You'll find out shortly. Let's take our first break, Mr. Producer. When we come back, we'll talk more about this. I want to say something. I'm really upset about this pastor going to jail for these people. I mean, come on, man. Young girls? You know I have a problem with that. But when we come back, we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about the by-election in West Grand Bahama and Bimini. This is Pearly, talking here. It's filling in for Naughty, 96.9 FM on Guardian Radio. We'll be right back.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back. This is Pearlie in the house, sitting in for Naughty today, this wonderful Thursday. Talking Heads on Guardian Radio. Text up. Pearlie, social media changed the game pertaining campaigning during election and election in its entirety. I agree. Social media has been a major effect on elections, on politics, on life in this country, on the world. So, and social media will play a major role in this upcoming by-election and a major role in the upcoming general election. Sure, I'm telling you that's gonna happen. We have a call on the line. Caller, you on the air? Hi. Thank God for life. Thank God for this pain. Hey. So I feel good. I feel good. I pull in the first time call. You do not agree. Or being done. Yes. Okay, but because guess what? Let me tell you why I say that. If you said it all. You know, some people don't even want to drive in that area. Why? So if you so serious, and let's put it like this: if you so serious about chipping arm and being down, if you serious about chipping arm and you the member of parliament, you should fix it to the so that people don't have no problem driving through the area.
That is wrong. You didn't put them in the house to buy stuff for you, and that's how most of them vote, you know. If you don't see them get something what they want, they're not voting for you next year. I never ask for something like that. I want them to do good for the country or do good for the area, you know. But it's all, if they don't get what they want, they will see, oh, that is what is happening now with the new generation. Anyway.
I understand what you're saying, you know. And one of the things that I have a thing about. You go sell your vote. Give me $100, I can vote for you today. I get the T-shirt and $100 in it, or you put the $100, somebody slipped $100, I go vote it. Before that day out, the money gone. So you sell your soul for $100 for 5 years?
I heard people say they were offering you something, and I can vote for the past. I don't want to get my agent. Nobody's never offered me nothing. So some of that is me lies. I never was offered nothing.
I've never was offered anything. I've worked elections. Voluntarily, I've worked, you know, for a meal. You get feed at the end of the day, you get T-shirts, you get drinks and all that stuff. Yeah, I've done that. But in terms of somebody sitting here, see somebody to vote for me, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because no, I know what has happened. I've seen it happen. I know people who said to me they've received this and they received that, and I had to chastise them. So it does happen. Now, you know, I don't want anybody to come and say that don't happen. That happens. All right. No, I gonna vote for, and my conscience, I'm gonna vote who I think is the best person for my area, and I'm gonna vote for the party I think is the best for the Bahamas, and that's how I'm gonna vote. Okay, all right. Pleasure to have you. Got another caller there, Mr. Producer? Oh, the person hung up. They didn't want to talk to me. They called for a minute, then hang up. Ah, there you go. Come on. Hey, caller, you on the air. How you doing? Hey, chef. Thank God for life. I say, thank God for this pain. If I could win one fantasy game, I'd be happy. But other than that, I good. How you doing, bro? I ain't gonna beat you, but yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Chef, stop there for a second. But I want to say this before I let you go on. That goes to the point that I raised a few weeks back that I think that this country is not ready for a third or independent candidates. It's either PLP or FNM. And it shows you that Michael Pine is a prime example of it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, yes. You've been watching the Americans too much, you know. Okay. So what you're saying is, and let's look at West Grand Bahama, Minister Obi Belshkin Pass, God rest her soul. So you're saying Mother Pratt should Governor General Governor General. Okay, she should appoint a PLP member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini. That's what you're saying. So you put them. So it ain't like the Americans, because the Americans don't do it like that. You know how the Americans do it, right? Whoever that sitting governor is, he putting his own people there. So it was a Democrat who died as a Republican governor general. The governor general putting a Republican there. Okay. Okay. So you only, but so let me ask you, you only saying that to save money then? Because because let's look at it. Let me trump you a little bit. In 1987, the PLP won the government by basically a landslide. They had a big majority win in 1987, correct? In 1990-91, Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield died, and we had to have a by-election in Marco City. David Thompson, the Free National Movement candidate, won while the PLP was sitting in power. Okay? So in that instance, they didn't vote did they vote party? Or did they vote for the man? He won the seat, but he didn't. The FNM did not win the election. No, I'm not knocking your scenario. I'm trying to say, does your philosophy or your point on that the country votes party? The country voted for Sir Cecil in that election, or are you trying to say that constituency voted FNM? They didn't vote for Sir Cecil. Well, that could have been they like David Thompson. David Thompson is a very popular man in Grand Bahama. I know in 2010, the F&M was the government at the time. The by-election in Elizabeth, Dwayne Sands, Dr. Dwayne Sands ran against Ryan Pinton. Ryan Pinton beat him by 3 or 4 votes. Yeah, somewhere around there. And hold on, I going back now. I just putting these out for you. After the 97 elections in 2000, somewhere around there, when Sir Lyndon passed, God rest his soul, he had a by-election in South Andrews. South Andrews has always voted PLP, always voted for Sir Lyndon, always been PLP. But they put an F&M member of parliament in. You saying they voted party then? That was the second turn. That was the second. It was after he had won the 97 general elections. But Sir Lyndon did win his seat in 97. Yes, he won the seat handily. Yeah. But that wasn't a party vote. That was a man vote. Okay. That was in the 87 general election, yes. Yeah. But no, they won this. They won the seats because in Anstown, where the AD Hanna ran, I don't think the F&M ran. F&M didn't run. In Centerville, they didn't run, and in North Abaco, they didn't run. No, they so only the PLP contested that seat against those independents. That was a man vote because those people they voted for the men in those elections. They didn't vote party. No, it was very, very public that they fell out with the PLP. In particular, Christie and Ingram were kicked out because they had to go in front of the council and all the disciplinary board and all that stuff. So they basically left the party. A.D. Hanna didn't leave the party. He basically stayed in the party, but he resigned his seat as deputy prime minister, his post as deputy prime minister, and then he ran, and then he went back to the PLP. Okay, and Christie went back to the PLP. Right. Under death. So let's say, God forbid, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. There's a case coming up on the end of the week for a sitting member of parliament, and let's say he's found guilty for that case and sentenced to X amount of years in jail. They have a buy. Okay, that's different. Okay. I got you. Okay. So let's give an example here now. I can't remember the year. I want to say in the 70s, it might have been 80s. Don't quote me on the year. Brother Knowles, who was the member of parliament for Cat Island, Irvin Knowles, I think. Irvin Knowles was the member of parliament for Cat Island. He was the F&M, I think, member of parliament for Cat Island, resigned. He's the only one who win the party, even the seat as an F&M and as a PLP, and joined it. So he should have resigned, and then they have a by-election in there because he left the F&M. But I can't, that's a lot of changes to our constitution because our constitution don't work for that. I hear you. But we're based on the Westminster system. Based. Fair enough. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, they make everybody minister, so you don't have enough backbenchers. Uh-huh. Okay. That was an opinion poll. That was not a referendum. That was an opinion poll. Uh-huh. let me see. I go on. Let me see what these other callers got to say. All right, brother. Thank you. Calling you on there. Hey, my brother, what's happening? What is the easy crop out way? No, he said only on death. Now his argument is only on death. Only. Okay, I hear your point. I know where you're coming from. So what you telling me is this by-election coming up is a referendum on both the PLP on the PLP? Okay. You got this. You got 2.5 years to go. Maybe. You mean? You have a. I got you. You ever been to North Abaco? If you go to South Andres, then jump on a plane and come to Nassau and walk through Centerville, then jump on a plane and go to North Abaco, it's a vast differences in those prime ministers and how they took to their constituencies. Between South Andres and Centerville. And I can give Centerville the ways because Centerville and Nassau and should be more modern, so I can give Centerville look the ways. Now, North Abaco, beautiful, clean, nice sidewalks. You could see they had a good member of parliament. No, you don't see nothing like that. I love going to Abaco. Well, I've been. Point. Okay, brother. Thanks for calling. Let me read this text. Persons may want to take issue with the accomplishments of the FNM during their last term, but the amount of openings PLP had to perform in just a year of coming to office puts that argument to rest. The last election may have been one those where the personality of the leader had something to do with the loss. Now, only contention I have against this text is, brother, you can't be in power 6 months and build a building that take 18 months to build and say that's what you do. No. So I ain't hearing that piece. You can't be in power less than a year, do a big opening for something that has been building before you won the government and say that no. Even though I believe and I understand that that governments are continuous, yes, but don't tell me that the accomplishment is theirs. That's not. I ain't gonna let you do that. I'm not gonna let you do that. Pearly, swing by the PLP headquarters or send a news team. What's going on? Big fight in Baintown? Now, I'm sure that the media is following both the PLP and the FNM in terms of their nomination process for a candidate. I'm pretty certain of that. So I'm not worried about that too much. Let's take a caller. Caller, you on the air. What's happening? I'm right here, my brother. What's up? Uh-huh. And I give you. I got another 2 callers waiting, and only got a couple minutes before I go. So, okay, brother. Yeah, just one. There are many other perspectives. Uh-huh. So are you telling me one area more important than the other? That's what you're trying to tell me? So you're trying to tell me I shouldn't fix the roads in South Andes because Nassau need them fixed first? Well, make me understand, brother. Help me. Okay. Right. Yes. No. And then you could prove that. You could show me those figures. Because you see, you making a statement that I ain't sure you could prove. You can't tell me. So you telling me, then I tell you what to do. You text me that information because I can't let you say that unless you can prove that to me. On the record where? We like say it's on the record until you can show me that. No, where? Which paper? What date? You have the number. You have the number right there. The same text number. Text it to that. 4422. No. I can get it. Once you text it to me, the producer can send it. Can forward it to me. 422-4796. And do that for me, please. And and next week Thursday when I come on the show, I would stand corrected. Fair enough. Okay. All right, you and I will finish this. You and I will finish this conversation next Thursday when I on. And we'll talk about it. Fair enough. Okay, my brother. All right. Caller. You got one more caller, Mr. Producer? Hey, caller, you on the air. How you doing? Hey, Miss Sparky, you got 3 seconds, not but 30 seconds. I got to take a break and go to the news. So talk to me, my brother. No, talk to me. My brother, let me say this to you. When I finish this show, we talking sports after the 5 o'clock hour. So that's why I say talk to me. Okay. 10 years longer than me. 10 years. Okay. No. West Street ain't no Chippenham. West Street is Baintown. Where in Chippenham you born? Uh-huh. Infantry Road and Dunmore Avenue? Okay, Dunmore Avenue. Yes, that's Dunmore. Okay. Okay. I know what you're talking about, yes. Okay. And then they'll fix that road. Shame. I know, and I know, and I don't know, but I've heard how they used to walk through over Woods Rogers Wharf. They used to walk through. No man, they's coming chipping down. I see them. Not like they used to. They used to walk. Yeah, they used to walk through Gregory's Arch and walk over Market Street and go to the slipper, the glass slipper, yeah. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, my brother. I hear you, Sparky. Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear. And you got a good point. You got a good point, Sparky. I got you. Okay. You too, my brother. On that note, we can take our break and we get into the news. And when we get back from the news, sports talk, we get some road masters coming here to talk a little bit about some road racing. This has been Pearly. First hour done. Filling in for Naughty. Talking Heads on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. I'll see you after the news.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Wherever you are in the world, Cleveland Clinic's world-class care is here for you. From Ohio to Florida to London, Cleveland Clinic treats thousands of patients every year. Ranked number 2 in the world by Newsweek, you can trust our caregivers to enhance your experience across each step of your treatment journey. For every care in the world, learn more at clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Too many debt bills? Overdue on loan payments? Improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Shrink your debt payments with a debt consolidation loan and built-in savings that pays you 5% interest. Call 356-7764.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport Convenience Stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
Craving a sandwich that hits all the right spots? Look no further. Introducing Dunkin's newest star, the oven-toasted turkey sandwiches. Made with love and served on toasted sourdough bread, these classics are reinvented with a twist. Sink your teeth into layers of delicious deli turkey, crispy lettuce, and white cheddar. Plus, we've added the perfect kick with smoky bacon and your choice of creamy avocado spread or zesty chipotle sauce. Dunkin's got your sandwich cravings covered all day, every day. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Grand Bahama News, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
And we're back. This is Pearly in the house. It's Talking Heads, and guess what we're talking today? Sports, and more sports, and even more sports. How y'all doing? We had an interesting 1 hour. Boy, I didn't think we was going to talk that much about that by-election and what's going on, but we got some interesting perspectives. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all you who called. But now it's time to talk about sports. 323-6232, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4316, or 325-4259, 325-4259. If you're calling from St. Petersburg or somewhere else, 242-300-5720. And if you're texting me, it's powered by BTC. That's 422-4796, 422-4796. Oh, let's get into today in sports history, and then we're going to talk about, I guess, I got two, I like any gals there. I got two nice gals sitting next to me right now. So we can have a nice talk in a few minutes, but in the meantime, let's see today in sports. It's kind of short. Only a couple things in today in sports history today, so don't kill me on being short. But because I'm looking for it, I can't find it, right? But it ain't going nowhere too far. It's right here. Here we go. I must give you all cover. Excuse me. Okay, today in sports history. Why my internet moving slower than molasses on a cold winter's day? Today is Thursday, October 19, 2023. Today in sports history. Y'all get me choking up. In 1933, basketball was introduced to the 1936 Olympic Games by Berlin Organizing Committee. In 1998, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson got his boxing license back after he had lost it for biting Evander Holyfield ear during a fight. In 2014, DeMarco Murray of the Dallas Cowboys became the first NFL player to run for more than 100 yards in each of his first 7 games of a season. And Dallas still get beat in the playoffs. Sports quote of the day. You have no control over what the other guy does. You only have control over what you do. A.J. Kitt. That's true, You have your choices to make. That's the choice you make. Do forgive me. Now, who's in and who's out? Brought to you by Tropical Gyros. The New York Liberty out. I sat down and watched that WNBA championship last night and pulling hard for my Bahamian beast, my Bahama mama, Jonquel Jones. I have a newfound respect for Ajay Wilson. That girl, that woman, that young lady can play some basketball. She put the Las Vegas Aces on her back and carried them to a championship last night. Now remember, Naughty and I were talking, Naughty said it's going to be a close game. He was right. It just went the other way. Every game that they've played so far for the year, it was a blowout. Double-digit loss. That one went to the last shot. When the Liberty had a chance to win the game at the last shot and missed the three-pointer, and John Quill got the rebound, but it was too late. 3 things I see. Brianna Stewart, who is the league MVP, you need to get that trophy back. She did not show up in the playoffs. She was lost. She was out. Who was in was Ajay Wilson, who shows she should have been not only Defensive Player of the Year, she should have been the league MVP. And I know some people listening to me because I'm a big Breanna Stewart fan. Understand that I have newfound respect for Sister Wilson. She balled out yesterday. She balled out. Inside out, defense, rebounding, everything. She showed us why she is considered, why I consider the best player in the WNBA. John Kell gave a valiant effort, tried her best, but And then the Aces kind of bullied their way to that championship. They bullied Liberties on the boards, inside and out, pushed them around. And I think the referees just allowed them to play ball. Congratulations to the Aces. I feel for my Bahama Beast. I feel for my Bahama Mama. But she's out. And the Las Vegas Aces are the 2-time WNBA champion. That's their third trip to the WNBA championship in 4 years. This is a dynasty. It's probably a dynasty. Best point guard in the game did not play. She was hurt. The center was hurt, did not play. They had 2 backups playing. But Ajay Wilson said, listen, come, jump on my back. I carry you out to the championship. And that's what she did. Congratulations to the Aces. Congratulations to the Liberty. Congratulations to John Carl Jones on a job well done. Well done. But Aces are the champions. Jazz is home. He's in. And he was reflecting on the Jazz back home. Jazz reflects on the season. Had a good season. Marlins made the playoffs. He was hurt. I think they would have done better if he was there. They wasn't hurt as long. BOC ratifies 20-member team for Pan American Games. And the BYFFL set to start a new season. That's the Bahamas Flag Football League. And now you heard it, flag football is going to be in the Olympics in 2028. Not next year, the next one, 2028. Flag football. Now here, NFL players talking about they won't be in flag football. Tyreek Hill, 2 of them saying they won't be in it. That would be interesting to see. You think the Bahamas can field a flag football team in the Olympics? It's huge here. We got some good teams. My girls, the Avengers, is a good team. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll keep pulling. But we've got 2 beautiful ladies here. They've been with me before. They just never leave their number when they come here, though. They just go. But let me introduce yourselves, lady. Young lady, who are you? Tell us who you are.
Anastasia Turnquest, president of Bahamas Roadmasters Running Club.
I know it's Christy, but Turnquest.
Turnquest.
I'm Tina Lightbourne, local representatives for Cancer Treatment Centers, now City of Hope. Hospitals, we're located, we have 5 hospitals. Well, we have more than 5 now, I don't know all of them. But we have a number of Bahamian patients treating with us, and we have had them since 2012.
Super.
So we are the title sponsors for the Roadmasters Bahamas Half Marathon, which is on November 19th. And so we're here to talk about Pickup Day today.
Okay. First of all, how did your last event go? Tell us about that. That was the midnight.
The midnight run was Labor Day, the eve of Labor Day at midnight, yes.
That was your last event,
That was our last event. Went very well,
It went very well?
Very well.
And then we spoke about this event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is your half marathon,
This is
right?
our half marathon, but not
And
11.
10K, 5K relay.
Yeah.
This is coming up in 1 month.
Yeah, roughly 1 month, November 19th. This is our 11th year.
So Tina said this is Pick a Packet Day. Tell me what that would explain that to me. Let's say make me understand.
This Saturday, because online registration has been online. This Saturday we're having an in-person registration.
Okay.
And persons can come walk up in person at the Sports Center, Harbor Bay location and the Sandy Port location.
So either Sports Center is one at Harbor Bay or Sandy Port.
Correct, and they can come and sign up on this Saturday, October 21st. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. You'll be there to welcome all persons.
So where you gonna be?
Harbor Bay.
Okay. Tina, you gonna be there too?
I
this is
probably won't. I'm doing a marathon that morning, so I probably won't.
We're here in Nassau?
Yeah, we're doing the Connect for Cancer Marathon.
And you're running?
The 10K.
You see why these ladies don't run because they know I can't keep up because that's why they run in marathon. I can't run from here downstairs without half dying.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
these knees I got ain't allowed. It ain't nothing but not wanting. The heart is willing, but the body is like, hey, no. The knees are like, but you ain't getting it. So Saturday from 10 to 5, you can come in at Harbor Bay Sports Center, Harbor Bay, or Sandy Point, you can come in and sign up. What's the registration fee?
The registration fees are $5K, $25, $10K, $45. The half is $75, and the relay is $105. And we have a rate for students at $20.
Now, $105 per person for the relay
No,
or
that's
for the team?
It's a 3-person relay team.
So that's like $30 some dollars
Yeah,
a person.
that's roughly,
$35 a person. Okay, that ain't bad. And then so $45 for the marathon, $35 for the 10, and $20 for the half for the 5.
No, I'll
Am I
repeat
right?
that. No, $20 for students.
Oh, students. Okay.
Students, 25 is for the 5K, which is 3 miles.
Uh-huh.
45 for the 10K, which is 6 miles.
Uh-huh.
75 for the half marathon, which is 13 miles. And 105 for the relay. And the relay, each leg is roughly about 4 miles.
So now let's get it right. They started at Arawaki.
Arawaki, it's an out and back course. So they start at Arawaki. The 5K turns around at Go Slow Bend.
I know you said that right.
The 10K is just before Bahama Boulevard.
Yes.
And the half marathon turns around in the vicinity of San Juan Resort.
Okay.
And the relay exchange is in the vicinity of, well, I went to the vicinity, but in front of Sandals Hotel.
Okay. So the relays.
Both exchanges. Going, you exchange, and coming back, you exchange at Sandals.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the one person runs there to Sandy Port Exchange.
Mhm.
The next person runs to San Fran, turn around and come
back
back
to Sandals.
and exchange to the
Exchange.
third person. The third person carries on.
Correct, yes.
Is there a medal for winning that, or is that a race, or that's just a
No, that's a race as well. That's
Uh-huh.
a race. But each person, upon completing, gets a medal.
Yes.
Once you cross the finish line, you get a medal. And we also have category winners, trophies
Okay.
for categories winners. So first, second, and third.
masters and all that? That's fellas who
gets
over
the trophy,
25, right?
And
In age
then-
groups.
In age groups, yes. And there's also a cash prize. Now, we won't reveal what the amount is as yet.
That's up to you.
But it's a cash prize for the half marathon finishers,
Okay.
first, second, and third,
Okay.
as well as the Bahamian resident.
Okay.
So yeah, we invite everyone to come out, support the Sister Breast Cancer Support True Group. We're inviting corporate entities. Send your groups, send your teams.
So is this Saturday the only day that you can sign up, or the other or you can still sign up online
You
if you
can
want
still
to?
sign up online. You can still sign up online, and this Saturday is in person, and we may do another one
Closer to the
closer to
race.
the race. But yeah,
So let me ask one more question here now. Let's say I missed the online registration. I missed the Saturday. Can I sign up in person at Arawaki prior to
sir.
the event?
Not on the morning of, no.
Okay. But y'all normally let people do that. But
No,
no, y'all don't.
No, this is an internationally certified.
Oh, so you got to be registered well
You
in
have to
advance.
register well in advance, yes.
And when you say this is an internationally certified event, help me understand.
The course is certified, so persons can use this as a qualifier for other events.
Okay, so do you have to qualify for the Boston Marathon? or-
Yes, you do, yes.
So you can use this as a qualifier?
Exactly.
Okay, so and for the Toronto Marathon, you have to qualify. So this allows them to qualify for all the marathons, or
Any race that requires a qualifying time, this can be used. Your time can be used.
Now let me ask you this: who's like I know with the Bahamas Olympic Committee, they go with the World Olympic Association. Who are you qualifying this with? Who's going to register these times? Who's going to keep these
Well,
as an international record?
Each time you compete,
Uh-huh.
there's a database that
Okay.
records. So you can go into a marathon database and put in your name and your time and race everything.
So the individual does it, or you guys? or
No, this is registered to active. So once you register to this app active,
Uh-huh.
it records. So you could go up and put in your name and active put up all the history of your past events, your current events you're registered for.
No, I'm saying, all right, so from the 19th when that is finished, if I run, how does my information get on this? I have to
It's
install it
automatically, yeah.
because you guys are downloading
It's
it.
right, correct.
That's my point.
It will automatically download. So
Okay.
if you came out to the marathon, you'd see a table with persons sitting there just monitoring the persons coming
Yes.
over the finish line. The minute you hit your bib hit that finish line and come over that crossing, it automatically registered. Last year, to give you an example, one or two people decided after they came over to turn around a bit, and that messed up the time. So that had to be sorted out, but it's automatically.
So there's something
It's a chip in the
The bib.
bib that will register you.
Well, I remember one time I used to have to hold that clock and press it
No,
and then go
no
right.
clock
So everything on.
everything.
Wait, baby. Okay, that's okay. So next question. it's just locals are going to be doing. When I say locals are the ones just organizing, or do you have international people coming as monitors?
No, the locals, Bahamas Roadmasters is organizing the entire event. Now we have international participants.
You have some from where?
We have from Canada, the U.S. We have Switzerland. We have a few persons from Africa trying to register.
So people flying all the way from Switzerland here.
Yes.
Just to run?
A lady just messaged. She's from the UK. She's going to be on vacation and she's interested in participating.
Wow.
So you have persons.
That's interesting.
We've had people that come to the hotel and hear about it and then
And
come out.
because they
I'll
were-
give you an example. There's somebody that flies in every night of the guy that always wins. What's his name?
From Grand Bahama?
No, the one from Fort Lauderdale that won last time.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, what
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
is they fly in the night before,
Yeah.
do the marathon, and then go back out. And there's this one person, I can't remember his name, but he's someone from overseas. He comes in and he does the race and then just leaves. You know, a lot of the marathoners, they just travel around the world just doing marathon. Madam here just came from Canada.
I was
She
going to
came
ask her how. I was
mention
getting to that.
And we had a team from Roadmasters that went to Canada. We have a team just finished Cape Town. We had a team that just finished Chicago.
Yes.
Berlin, yeah.
So,
And Berlin.
and Berlin, yeah.
So how was the response? How did you do it in Canada?
Canada, this wasn't one of my best runs. I developed a hamstring issue. So that.
You didn't forget to finish?
I finished, no, of
But it was
course, I
paid for.
finished. I finished. It was, I didn't do the time I wanted to do, but I
Okay.
finished, no, of course, yeah.
Okay. Okay,
But
interesting.
this was a rough one for me.
And we had a good turnout in South Africa.
We had 4 members participate in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
We had about 5 or 6 in Berlin and about 5 or 6 in Chicago the week before, yeah. So this month has been pretty active for us.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. Producer, we got a call? Let's see if they call you on the air. How you doing? Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there? Well, I guess they call and they ain't here, so you get rid of them. So, any other races coming after the night, and any other international races coming up after the night, or it'll just be Marathon Bahamas in January?
No, well, actually,
the Christmas run.
There's a Christmas
Is
run.
that Christmas midnight? Is that
No, it's
midnight?
the Junkanoo.
Junkanoo
Jingle to Bay.
yeah,
Jingle to Bay. Well,
right.
that's not a Roadmasters race, but it's being organized by one of our members, Marcel Major.
Marcel,
Yeah,
how long a
he-
race is
he's-
that going to be?
That's a 5K. I think it's a 5K
5
and a 10K.
10K.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
okay. Mr. Producer, I think they called back. What you think? Check them out. So that'll be during the Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Caller, you on the air. How you doing? Is this Mr. Viking?
Hi, Doug.
No, this Doug. Hey, Douglas. Uh-huh.
They did.
Wow. Okay. Yes. But Marcellus ain't no young pop now. Only? I like that you said it. See, that's why I like you. I like when you look at us at that age group, be only. Really? How old are you now, Doug? God is good.
Yes, they did.
I can imagine nobody rowing, cheering you on, nobody saying anything.
Close to you.
And you still did a 4:34 after stopping twice? You sound like you could be a good 3:34. You ain't that good. You ain't that good. Excellent.
Yeah.
You can get it warm, but you can get it way. We start off with a 10K, then a half marathon.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
In high school, I used to run the 1 and the 2 because I didn't want to run for long.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, it was great having you here.
It's always a
It's
pleasure.
always a pleasure. You know, I make me feel good when I see two beautiful ladies come to sit next to me. I just don't want you to leave, but you know. I'll see you before the 19th. I'll see you guys before the 19th.
Yes, we will be back for the 19th.
And we'll talk about it some more just to give the last push for it. How many people you have registered so far? Do you
We
know?
have just over 100 persons so far. Our target is 500, so we're hoping
So,
to.
and most of the payments is made the last minute, right?
Yeah,
But
so
we
we're
don't play
hoping,
when it comes to
this-
that.
the next 2 weeks we get
We
a good
don't play.
influx, yeah. But we just want to thank our sponsors.
Please do.
Our title, of course, Cancer Treatment Center of America, City of Hope.
City of Hope.
Bahamian Brewery, who will be there providing sans beer, rattlers, and malts. Caribbean Bottling, of course, who's providing our hydration items, Dasani Water and Powerade.
Powerade, yes.
Lightburn Trading and Fidelity Bank. So we want to just thank to all those sponsors. And we also want to send a shout out to the Sports Center for hosting us, allowing us to have the registration drive at their premises this weekend.
Okay. So super. Thank you, sponsors. This, you know, one of the things I get a pleasure. I tease about the pretty ladies, and that is true, but it's a pleasure to have you to talk about this type of event. We talk football, basketball, baseball all the time. So when it's good to come and talk about something like this, that is not only a fun event, but it's a health event. That is good. So I want to congratulate y'all. I look forward to seeing y'all before the 19th.
Yes, we'll be
All right, and don't come the 18th. You know, let's talk maybe the 16th or the 15th, right? So we can talk and get some up, and let's get it over the 500 people registered. So people, go online, give them the online address right now.
Registration is BahamasHalf242.com, BahamasHalf242.com. And if you require any further information, you can call 427-2335, 427-2335, or email bahamashalf@gmail.com.
So you got it. All right. Any questions? Feel free to call 422-2335, 427-2335. I almost get my number on the line. So make sure, get in, you know, even if you're not a runner, get into it. This is something good. And even me, my bad knees, I can seriously consider, I ain't be there for the 19th.
Yeah, we always say get in where you fit in.
2024.
Get in where you fit in. If you're a walker, runner, you know, just get in where you fit in.
All right.
Support a worthy cause.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Bahamas Road Masters, half marathon, 10K, 5K relay, November 19, 2023, beginning at Awaki. Register today, please. It's been fun having you. Nice having you here. This is Pearlie filling in for Naughty on Talking Heads. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk a little football. We'll talk about what's going on in the baseball. Houston responded to the Texas Rangers yesterday, and the Phillies got a game tonight. This is Pearlie filling in for Naughty on Talking Heads. Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. I'll be right back.
Your pumpkin favorites are back at Dunkin'. Indulge your pumpkin passion with fresh baked pumpkin spice donuts, mouth-watering muffins, and delightful munchkins. Or sip a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with a rich blend of espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Available hot or iced, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. Head to Dunkin' today. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
And we're back. This is Pearly filling in for Naughty and Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We had a really nice conversation just now, talking about what's going on with the Roadmasters. People get out there, get registered. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a really fun time. Baseball. I thought, and I said this, that the Arizona Diamondbacks had their World Series when they beat up on my Dodgers. Now, they find their hands full playing the hot Philadelphia Phillies. They got schooled in the first two games. Schooled in the first two games. Schooled, I can say that again, in the first two games. What's going to happen tonight? Are they going to respond? Are they going to respond and how to put it, and not get sweep, and not get sweep, because I picked them to get sweep. Some people don't think they can get sweep. Some people think that they're going to bounce back. Well, the game has already started. Sorry, the game started already. It's bottom of the second inning, no score. So we'll see. They're in Arizona. I suspect Arizona will do a lot better. Houston bounced back yesterday, 8-5 win over the Rangers. They played tonight at 8 o'clock. And then there's NFL football. NFL football, there's also exhibition basketball. Those Phoenix Suns are at LA tonight. You get Boston at the Hornets, Timberwolves at the Bulls, OKC Thunder there, LA Clippers there, and the Sacramento Kings there. But I want to talk a little bit more about the WNBA championship last night. I've become a fan of women's basketball since last couple of seasons. Fallen in love with Angel Reese and LSU. And then started watching a lot of the WNBA, particularly the Liberty. Didn't watch a lot of the Aces games, so I didn't have a appreciation for that team. Knowing that the defending champ, knowing that the Liberty put together a team that was built to win a championship this year. Brianna Stewart got off all season. 40 points, and really, based on her performance during the regular season, earned the MVP award. Not taking away from her for that. A'ja Wilson, best defensive player, best player in the NBA. Many thought, and particularly her coach publicly said it, that she should have been the WNBA MVP for the season. It didn't happen. They gave it to Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart came in the playoffs and got lost. I can't say no better. Got lost. Was not there. Did not show that she is an MVP of the league. Wasn't ready. Couldn't buy a shot. They clamped down on her. And her teammates didn't respond enough to free her up. When I say clamp down on her, shut her down. She went 3 for 17. 3 for 17 yesterday. League MVP? You think Jordan would have do that? Kobe would have do that? Joker would have do that? A'ja Wilson, and this is an opportunity. And A'ja Wilson came third in the MVP race. Third. But this is a reason she came and said, listen, I should have been MVP, and I can show you why I should be MVP. When the best point guard in basketball got hurt, in WNBA got hurt, the girl, the brother, the sister could play. That sister can play. And their center got hurt. A lot of people saying, well, looks like we can have a game 5. Did the Liberty take it for granted that 2 of the better players or 2 of the top players, 2 starters from the Aces were out and thought that they would have been a weaker team? Did they overlook and took it for granted that, hey, we got a chalky here, let's win this, and then let's get home and try, and let's go back to Vegas and beat them home on their court because their best player's out? That ain't happened. You can't take nothing for granted. I always say this, and one of my favorite sports announcers is Chris Berman, and he says, that is why they play the game. We sit here and we talk this game all the time. We talk basketball, we talk football, what should happen, what we think should happen. But nothing matters until you play. Deliberately saw an opening, thought they were going to win, and didn't come to perform. Did not come to perform. At least Brianna Stewart didn't. 3 for 17. She let her team down. I mean, and then you can say, yes, that happens. We have stuff like that happens. But she let her team down. Jonquel tried her best. Jonquel is not the center point of that team. She's the 3rd or 4th option. And she got off in game 3 to put them there 27-8 to make sure they had a game 4. And you couldn't respond, Brianna? You didn't respond? And Asia Wilson said, come, let's go. Jump on. Put all 11 players of her teammates on her back and took them to the championship. Outside jump shot, inside jump shot, post-up moves. I thought that was Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant playing. I was like, look at this woman ball. Smooth. And the thing is, she fine too. She no ugly girl. She pretty. I know how to put that in there. But she performed. She took her team and she put her on the back and said, hey, let's go. And they responded to her. They responded to her. A couple of clean three-pointers from other members. Steals here. Passes there. They performed. They responded to her. They said, hey, we got our players out. Our leader is taking us. Let's go with her. Let's give her the help. And that's what they did. The Liberty, Brianna Stewart couldn't even say, I'm carrying you, I'll jump on my back. You have times like that, though. And I'm sure she's going to reflect on that, and I thought they're going to come back next year with a vengeance in their eyes. Questions asked yesterday, are the Las Vegas Aces the beginning of a dynasty? 3 times in 4 years in the WNBA Finals, 2 out of the 3 times they won the championship. Convincingly, without a doubt. This year, I think they lost 6 games in total. In total, they went 17-1 or 17-0, won the first 17 games, something like that before they lost, or something like that. Don't quote me on that one. I could be wrong. I thought it was fantastic. I have respect for Sister Wilson. I have respect for her now. I always liked the game, and I didn't get to watch it as often because I was more watching Brianna and Jonquel. But I like the game, and I like how they play. I think Candace Parker plays for the Aces too, and she was out hurt. So you got three key players that didn't play. But they showed that they had heart, grit, and determination. They showed that they wanted that championship so bad they was going after it. And they got it. I can't beat that with a stick. I can't be mad about that. Champions respond. Champions stand up and do what they have to do. The leaders do what they have to do. Lead by example, not just by mouth. And then watching the game, I can't remember the young lady, the point guard. She was like an on-court coach. She and her crutches. And she is helping and pulling players on the side and telling them things and encouraging them, and the respect that these players show. They were like looking on the face like, would you say, coach? Yes, coach. Okay, coach. They showed that respect for this player that she has earned. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces. Super time. I look forward to seeing some great basketball next year. I look forward to seeing some great things happen with them next year. We got football tonight. The Jacksonville Jags and the New Orleans Saints. Now, Trevor Lawrence wasn't sure. They wasn't sure if he was going to play today. He's hobbled. And they were just starting to turn the game around. Is he going to play today? Because I got him on the fantasy league. If he ain't going to play, I got to pull him and put somebody else there. He's put up. The Jaguars have come around as a pretty decent team. They're not a Super Bowl team. Don't put that in your head yet. But they're better than they were. And Trevor Lawrence, I think was, I don't want to say was getting hot, but he was starting the ball. I got to start him anyway because my other quarterback is Joe Burrows and they're by, so I got to go with him. Hopefully he'll play. But they don't have him. They have him as playing, so that's cool. So we'll see where Jacksonville goes tonight. What do you think about that? Should I try to take some money off the parlay guys today? Will Jacksonville hold on to win because he's injured? The Saints are 2-point favorites, field goal favorite. They're at home. They got a pretty decent defense. The over-under is 40. I don't know. There's still no score in the Phillies Diamondbacks game in the top of the third. Phillies got a run on second with one out. One who batting. One thing with update stuff now, you can get this stuff right in front of you. Johan Rojas is batting. He's been not hitting the ball. He's batting. He's not even batting 100. And then this is not for the season. This is just for the playoffs. So that's only a two game sample. So, but they had the Stephen A. the ESPN ratings, and they had Detroit as the number one team. You got some players. Some other people disagreed and say the Dolphins should be the number one team. What do you think? And Noddy and I spoke about this yesterday. Usually in the NFL, you don't see trades happening mid-season. Very few. But it's the buzz talk like there's going to be a lot of trades before the deadline next week. There's a lot of buzz talk. And one of the names that came up is Saquon Barkley. And the rumor is that the Giants may be looking at trading him, but he says he doesn't want to leave New York. He wants to stay there. He says he wants to play for New York. Should the Giants trade him? I know my Dolphins don't need him. The Panthers are looking to trade their 2021 second-round pick, Terrence Marshall. He wants a bigger role. I guess he wants to be more part of the team, and he's not getting that, so he's seeking a trade. So the Panthers are seeking to trade him somewhere. Who needs a wide receiver there who could use him right now? Minnesota, Jeffries is out. Is that a spot that he wants to go? Is that a spot that they would want to send him to? I should say not where he wants to go. If he's going to get the role, but when Jeffries back, what does that do for him? There are so many controversies going on. University of Michigan, the number 2 ranked team in the nation, who I really think is the number 1 team, but until Georgia loses, that ain't gonna happen. They're under investigation now for sign stealing. They're pulling a Houston Astros or a New England Patriots now. I find we know that people can read lips. We know that they're watching. That's why you put the thing over your mouth when you talk. You hide your lips when you talk so they don't know. Isn't that part of the game, trying to figure out what that sign means? Isn't that what it's about? I don't know. Is it? So, I mean, I haven't read the articles. I only saw the headlines on this. I'll read the article and see what it's about. But isn't that, you trying to figure out what they're doing? What that sign mean? Is that a pass, a run play? So, I don't know, boy. I don't know. I see Quandary Witherspoon signed with the Lakers. I don't know what that means. I guess that's a good role player. You got all these little stories coming out saying, this one is Dodgers Shelby Miller breaks silence. What do you mean break silence? Bobby Miller breaks silence on Dodgers loss. They determined that they weren't commenting, so now they break their silence. I don't like that headline. I don't like when they do that. I see Patrick Mahomes is the backup punter for the Kansas City Chiefs. There's talk as whether the Dodgers go after the Sonny Gray, the pitcher. Dodgers need starting pitching. We know that. Dodgers need starting pitching. Because even if Kershaw comes back next year, he's not going to be the ace. Bobby Miller has the future. We don't know what Gosselin's going to be. We don't know what Dustin May is going to be like. We don't know what Walker Buehler. So Dodgers need to look at starting pitching. So yes, my answer to that is yes. My answer to that is yes. Our final 10 is going to be Colin Cowherd today. I think he's talking about Tua today. He's going to give us Tua is the X factor to win. And the big game this Sunday is the Dolphins against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the big game. 2 5-1 teams, 2 first place teams. The number 1 offense, the Dolphins. Number 2 offense, the Eagles. Number 27 defense against, I think, top 5 defense in the Eagles. Will the Dolphins' Fagiano defense finally start to respond? Are we going to do what we need to do? We'll see. But that's the final 10. Let's get to the picks. Brought to you by Island Games. I've been bragging about how we can own Island Games. I ain't been doing too good. So I ain't talking about that too much. We've got the Astros at the Rangers. I think the Astros are gonna tie this thing up and make this a series. So I'm gonna go with the Astros. Jacksonville Jaguars at the New Orleans Saints are 2-point favorites. I'm gonna take Jacksonville in the points, and I'll go with the over. Some college football today. Rice at Tulsa. I like Tulsa. And then you got James Madison and Marshall. Marshall usually have a good scoring team, but I think James Madison, I'm going to go with James Madison and the points. NHL, the Rangers at the Predators. Let's go to the Rangers tonight. The Calgary Flames at the Sabres. I'll go with the Flames. The Vegas Golden Knights at the Winnipeg Jets. I like the Knights. And the last one will be let's see which one I'm going to go with. The Blackhawks with the rookie at the Colorado Avalanche. I'll go with the Avalanche tonight. There's no spread on that one. Been a good 2 hours. We're going to take our break now. When we come back, Colin Cole is going to talk about the X factor of whether Tua is the X, and he is the X factor. If Tua performs well and they protect him, Dolphins will win by more than 7. We'll talk more about that tomorrow with Naughty. This has been Pearly. It's been a good 2 hours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for calling. Thanks for texting. See you next time. See you tomorrow on Talking Sports at 5. And see you next Thursday when I'll be here all by my lonesome. It's been real fun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here with me. This has been Pearly filling in for Naughty and Talking as Garden Ready 96.9 FM. Have a great night. Stay safe. And see you soon.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You get cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
I haven't seen people do what our guys do to try to say it's this person or that person. Is kind of missing the point. It is a team working together, people working together. You know what I mean? Like, we're all connected in that way.
Now, first of all, McDaniel, I believe, is a little bit ahead of the curve for this year in the league. Super smart. Kyle Shanahan with an Ivy League degree, little ahead. McVay did this for about a year or two. Felt like he was a little ahead of the league, and then the league eventually catches up. But ask yourself, right now, Tua is getting paid this year and next year. That's it. But his peers, Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Burrow, have already been paid long contracts. Should Tua? And I would say this, if the answer is ever, what's the market for your young quarterback? And the answer is ever, kind of a small market. Probably should be careful about extending it. Think I'm wrong? Let me give you examples. Pretty small market for Derek Carr, Garoppolo, Daniel Jones, and Ryan Tannehill. Got the bag. How's it working? When you ask yourself that question, should we extend him? Ask yourself on Tua. What would the market be? Because the market knows McDaniels is ahead of the market, concussion issues, size, durability issues, and the fastest receiving core of all time. That does not mean Tua isn't very, very good and a good fit. But I mean, what would the market be for Brock Purdy without the injury history? How big would it be? I don't think it would be huge because of Kyle Shanahan and unbelievable weapons, and a system that made Matt Schaub a Pro Bowler. It's not a shot at Brock Purdy or Tua. What would you get on the market is a very fair question when you are seeking an answer for, do we give him a long-term deal? Herbert on the market, I know you're beating up on him this week. You got 25 GMs calling for Justin Herbert. That is a Burrow on the market, you may have 28. Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence. If you don't know, what was the market for Daniel Jones? We had said on the air, the Giants are competing against themselves. There is no market. Derek Carr, 3 teams. Garoppolo, 1, 2. Tua, maybe 4. But again, the house you grew up loving because you're emotionally connected to it, that's not the market. It's what you feel. I think in Miami today, the feeling is, look at this guy. My question is, all things considered, I would have a hard time as a GM giving Tua a big, big long-term deal. I don't think I could do it. I've said before with Brock Purdy, I don't think in 3 years I could do it. This is an all-star team. What's Brock Purdy with Pittsburgh's offense? My opinion, probably losing, maybe a lot. Greg Cosell now joins us live. 44 years NFL film. We're going to get to the Tua discussion later, by the way.
I like that, though. I like what I just heard, Colin. That was pretty good.
Oh, I appreciate that. So speaking
I liked it.
So speaking of Brock Purdy, and I have said, I think he's good. I think we tend to, I'm guilty, so much emotion with football that we go crazy. Caleb Williams has a bad game. Oh, I can't take him number 1. Slow down. Brock Purdy loses on the road, lousy weather, no Christian McCaffrey, Debo late, and we're like, see, I told you so. What did the film say on Brock Purdy?
I don't think Purdy played poorly overall. He missed some throws, and we saw that this weekend with a lot of quarterbacks. We saw Herbert on Monday night. We saw Burrow on Sunday. He missed throws, but I don't think he played poorly. And, it's a fascinating question, and you kind of addressed it leading up to me in the whole idea of a system. I think fans often think, and maybe media as well, think differently about quarterbacks than coaches do. What do coaches want? They want their quarterback to execute their system at the highest level, correct? That's what coaches have, a system, and they want it executed. And we can sit here and debate the system, the kind of system it is, the traits of a given quarterback, but Brock Purdy still executes the system at a high level. He missed some throws. He lost the ball on that throw, which, by the way, would have been, there was no one out in front. That could have been a touchdown on that screen pass. I think that to me, there's not a question about Purdy. I think we know what he is, but what he does do, Colin, is he executes a fairly nuanced, detailed, complex system at a high level with very quick processing skills. And that's a trait.
It is a trait. Greg Cosell joining us, radio audience. So Herbert's been taking, because they're losing close games, highly productive offensively, but Herbert's taking some shots. And you and I can really like a quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, but you can also say, I don't think he's quite as good as the perception of him. I can like a quarterback, Justin Herbert, and say at times he can miss receivers downfield. I can really like a quarterback, and they're outside of Mahomes. They've all got stuff I don't love about him. Last year, Josh Allen in the red zone. Lamar Jackson getting hurt last 2 years. I still love them and would pay them whatever the market bears. So with Justin Herbert and their losses, is there anything against the Cowboys on Monday you liked, didn't like? Do you defend them? Are there things you see you don't like? Where are you on that performance?
I think we'd all agree, and as you said, 25 GMs would make the phone call. I think that Herbert is a high-level talent. I would say that since I've watched Herbert since his last 2 years at Oregon, probably have watched every game and every snap, there are times, and this is just a point of view, okay? So I don't want people to think I'm making a mathematical equation, bold, definitive statement. There are times when I watch Herbert that I feel that he comes off his primary read too quickly and looks to checkdowns. And I don't know whether he's risk averse. I don't know whether he's cautious by nature. We know he's got a big arm. We know he can make any throw. But I think every once in a while he leaves some potential big play opportunities on the field. And as I said, that's not a definitive statement. I don't know that for a fact, but I kind of feel, what was the argument the last 2 years? Oh, it's the offensive coordinator, right? Remember that? It was always the offensive coordinator. Well, you're not really seeing him push the ball down the field this year either, and the sample size is too small to make any definitive judgment. But that's just my sense watching the tape, trying to extrapolate a little bit.
So yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs and their very shrewd GM, Brett Veach, did what we thought they needed to do. They just needed another piece in the receiving corps. So they go back to the Jets, get a guy back. Now, I don't think he's a great player, but he knows the system. I thought they needed just another chess piece in the receiving corps. So the offense has struggled by their standards. What do you see they need to improve at in Kansas City?
Yeah, I think they wanted a vertical dimension because that's what Hardman is. He's not a volume target, but he's a vertical dimension because this season, the Chiefs' pass game has been somewhat condensed, especially versus zone coverage. They've not been generating explosive plays. I mean, when you look at Mahomes, his air yards per attempt versus zone coverage is among the lowest in the NFL.
Wow.
Now, it's hard to know the exact reason for that without knowing exactly what's in Mahomes' head when he drops back.
Yeah.
But they have not been generating explosive plays, especially, as I said, versus zone coverage. So now I think it's incumbent upon Andy Reid, his staff, Mahomes, everybody involved to figure that out and to create opportunities through your concepts and your play design. But the one thing Hardman gives them, as you and I both know, is he does give them at least a vertical dimension that can lift the top off the defense.
All right, I think the best game of the weekend, it just happens to be on Fox, the one I can't wait to watch, is Lions at the Ravens. So I think Baltimore, because of drops, I think they're better than the market thinks. I watched that first half against Tennessee, and I thought they were brilliant. I thought Lamar was so crafty. So I want to ask you about this. Let's start with Goff, and we've said it before. I like him. He's a little old school, pocket guy, but we knew this in L.A., and now it's even better in Detroit. If you give him a clean pocket with a good O-line, he looks to me from television to be highly effective. And I think this O-line, PFF ranks at number 1. Is that what the film's saying? Yeah. Is Jared with time to throw is really special?
Yeah, and I think this is also where coaching comes in. This is a team that plays a lot out of 12 personnel, meaning 1 back and 2 tight ends. And what does that mean? It means defensively, you often get their base defense. And teams in their base defense are far more predictable